is report card time. Let's hand out some grades for the Chicago Bears and their 2025 NFL draft. So, what is going on, y'all? Faiz Sports Hall back at it with another video talking some NFL here to talk about the Chicago Bears. So if you're a Bears fan, guys, please do hit that subscribe button down below. Please hit the bell icon so you're notified every time I drop a new video. All right, let's hop into this, people. So the Chicago Bears made, let's count this up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 draft picks in this year's draft. And I want to give you guys my overall thoughts on the draft now that I've had a day or so to digest it. And I gave you guys my recap video for every single pick. So if you want more in-depth analysis on each individual pick, go ahead and check out those videos. But here I'm going to be just talking overall at a high level, how I felt about the draft, and give a letter grade at the very end. All right, so we'll go ahead and start here at the top. And I thought the first two picks that the Chicago Bears had with Colston Loveland and Luther Burden, they really nailed it out of the park with the value. I mean, the way the board shook out for both of those picks, yeah, we definitely didn't get the players that we needed as far as positions of need. And so both of these picks, I would say, were luxury picks. But man, oh man, they were really, really, really good luxury picks, right? We're talking premium level luxury picks here because Colston Loveland was the BPA at the position that the Bears were picking, and so was Luther Burden, right? We'll start with Colston Loveland real quick. The way the board shook out, all of the guys that I wanted the Bears to get, they were gone. Now, you could make the argument they wanted to trade up, but obviously you have to give up assets for that, so they didn't feel comfortable. And so that is another argument for another day. But assuming, again, that was not the option, the way the board shook out, hey, the best guy available was Colston Loveland or Tyler Warren. And this is a pick I came around to, and it grew on me, man. Just going back, watching the tape for Colston Loveland, like he's a wide receiver in a tight end's body. He's a guy who's going to be a mismatch all over the field. You can see why Ben Johnson liked him over Tyler Warren. So to me, I really like that. The value there for the Bears, even though, again, tight end wasn't a position of need for us. And the same thing with Luther Burden, man. At one point, you got to go ahead and look at your board and say, okay, we got to look past this because this guy keeps dropping. And if you looked at mock drafts just a few months ago, Luther Burden was a top 10 pick projected. All right, and we get him in the second round. And so you got to throw out the board, for a second there and just look at straight up value here. And again, a position that wasn't of need, though I would say, hey, we did need a wide receiver 3. But as far as receiver, it wasn't a pressing need, right? But you get a guy in here that is your Amon-Ra St. Brown in that same mold of 6 feet, 200 pounds. Like Ben Johnson's going to use him in the slot. He's going to use him in short yardage like the same way he uses He used Amon-Ra St. Brown with the Detroit Lions. And so to me, I really like the value there for that pick, getting him in the second round for Luther Burden. Like, that was really good. So need wasn't met, but value, they hit it out of the park. After that, to me, the draft kind of, was a little underwhelming, okay? You go ahead and get Ozzie Trapilo and Shamar Turner in the next two picks, and to me, those guys were okay, solid picks, right? You definitely want to go ahead and add to both sides of the line here with the offensive line and defensive line, but I thought they missed an opportunity to get a running back here. The running backs were going off the board, man, like very quickly. You needed to pounce on them. We got, gypped multiple times with running backs, even just with, the second pick that we had, Travion Henderson went a pick ahead of us. So, like, we kept getting screwed out of that. But you got to go ahead and still find a way to attack and pounce on it. And I felt like they didn't. And so, to me, again, I didn't mind the picks with Trapilo and with Shamar Turner. But I thought, hey, you definitely could have gotten a running back there. But, hey, at least you hit the positions of need. So I'm good with that. And, again, we talk about Ozzie Trapilo. The dude is a truck, 6'8", all right? And then Shamar Turner, his, sort of energy level is insane. He's relentless. His motor is incredible, and you want that in a defensive lineman. So that in that aspect, don't have complaints or many of those. Then after that, okay, I got a problem here. Ruben Hypolite, all right, in the 4th round. Not a fan of this pick at all. I thought you definitely could have gone running back here. They went for linebacker. I just don't get this pick at all. Honestly, it was a guy that, wasn't really on many mock drafts, on draft boards. And really his, 40 time is what kind of led him to get drafted. His measurables, if you will. He ran a 4.42. and he was, super athletic. The RAS score was off the charts, but it's like, look, you can't pass up on running back at this point. You just can't. You need to go ahead and get a guy in here, and if you wait too long, you are going to, again, get passed on them. So to me, this one just wasn't a big fan of the pick, and so I wasn't, thrilled about it. And then after that, you took Zoff Frazier, the cornerback in the 5th round. Didn't mind that. Again, cornerback is a position you certainly could add to. Wasn't as big of a pressing need. I would have liked to continue adding to the trenches, but they did that in the next round with Luke Newman. So I didn't mind that either. And then finally, you close it out with Kyle Monangai, the running back in the 7th round. Like, this was, to me, a great pick. I'd give this pick an A, but it's in the 7th round. Like, you waited all the way at the end to go ahead and get a running back here. Now, again, I hope Monangai proves me wrong. Hope he's our Isaiah Pacheco, if you will, right? That stud in the 7th round that you find, but we'll see. So to me, overall, you started really well with your value picks, but then it got underwhelming as you kept trying to reach a little too much. So overall, to me, my grade for the Bears would be a B-. All right, I would say a B-. Some of you guys might be thinking I'm a little harsh here, but look, lack of running back that you weren't able to get before the 7th round. Not enough need picks, right? You just went value way too much. And so again, even though it is good, it just feels like there's still holes on the roster that you need to go ahead and fill up. And now it's like you got the scraps of free agency to go ahead and do that, right? You don't have the draft anymore. And after the first 2 picks, which I did like, it was pretty underwhelming. And so to me, that's where I'm at with a B-. Now, look, I will tell you this much. That's what I'm grading the Bears on their draft. But that does not mean I don't have full belief in Ben Johnson. I am 1,000% committed to Ben Johnson as far as trusting him, giving him my benefit of the doubt for building this football team. I believe he is the guy to go ahead and do so, but that obviously doesn't mean he can't make mistakes. And so to me, I just felt like you could have gone in a couple of different directions here, but overall still a solid draft. It wasn't like a D or anything, right? So to me, B- is what I would give the Chicago Bears. Let me know what you guys think. Leave a comment down below with your thoughts. As always, thanks for watching.